Good evening. We are here at the Take Flight Benefit Welcome broadcast and the official opening of the 25th anniversary of the Eastside Culture Crawl Festival. I'm Laura Moore of Stir Vancouver Arts and Culture, and with me is Esther Rosenberg, Artistic and Executive Director of the Eastside Arts Society, producers of the Culture Crawl, the Create Arts Festival, and the Eastside Arts District.
Thank you for that, Laura. It's a pleasure to be here with you this evening. The Eastside Arts Society is grateful to our host nations here in East Vancouver, and it is my immense pleasure to introduce Deborah Sparrow. Deborah is a member of the Musqueam Nation who has graciously agreed to lead us in a land acknowledgement and a territorial welcome. It is a pleasure to be here with you this evening, Deborah.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Vancouver Cultural Crawl for asking me to come forward. I come before you on behalf of my Chief Wayne, who is my younger brother, and I've told him everything he knows, that's why he's Chief. No, it's just a joke. We like to keep it light as well as serious, and so on behalf of Chief Wayne, on behalf of our history, on behalf of our ancestors, and on behalf of all of our community of very creative and wonderful beings who, like myself, are part of what today is called and defined as the art world. When I look around this room here and I see many reflections of people who have inspired themselves to dig deep into what they feel reflects their world and how they feel about it. Some very beautiful paintings and some sculptures, and I know that you're going to go to the cultural crawl and go from artist to artist and see and share and be in this beautiful way in which we all reflect ourselves in what we do. And being involved as I have over the last years in reflecting my people and their history, you know, it's really hard for me to sort of use that word art, because for us, we come from a different perspective, which was even the blanket that I'm wearing, you know, everything was utilitarian, and everything that we made that came into the world was used. It was for ceremonies, for everyday living, it was for marriages, it was for went as far as funerals. So everything that we made in our community came into the world to reflect that. And today it's really difficult, and I get a little defensive sometimes when people call our work our historical way we do that, they call it art. And I'm like, it's not really art, or is it? So we live in this world now where we're balancing back and forth between how we live. And I think this interesting time we've been in over the last year and a bit with COVID, and even still defining today, where are we today with COVID, and how do we make it through? How do we go forward from here? Well, I'd like to share with all of you that, for all of you that are watching who are involved with the cultural crawl or just in culture itself, you may not be a painter or someone who does that, but deep within all of us is this connection and this longing to be connected in a world where we're moving so fast. Sometimes we've had to stop and really look at who we are and the quietness of that. And sometimes it's even nerve-wracking to be quiet. But I think, as I mentioned, looking around this room is where we find our quietness, is where we find our inspiration. And we're inspired by that really deep connection to who we are as human beings and as spirits. Like to quote Lou Riel, who was, I believe he was Métis, and he quoted and said, "My people shall sleep for 100 years, and when they awake, it's the artists who are going to be responsible for saving us." And I believe that because we hold history, we hold knowledge, we don't always let it go. And so when these kind of situations happen to us, that's what we can draw on. That's what we can feel that sort of connection and comfort to again. And It might sound romantic, but it is, and it works, believe me, because I stand in front of my loom every day feeling connected, feeling a sense of faith instead of fear. And maybe that's, not some people's realities, but if I could share my reality with you every day, I would. I mean, that's why we're going to all come, and we're going to enjoy the cultural crawl and visit everyone and have these conversations that are ever so important to all of us. So once again, on behalf of my people, my community, my village here in what we call Vancouver, I'd like to, wish you all the best as you're getting to know each other. And I know I'm going to come out for the first time this year and get to know people who I have sort of Sharon Callis, who brought me to Strathcona years ago and interested me in the stinging nettle. So I'm back again, and I'll make my way through here and hold my hands up to all of you that are involved and all of you who come to visit. So enjoy, and Hajkasiam from the Musqueam, Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh people. We're all one. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. We are incredibly grateful that you were able to join us this evening.
25 years ago, a handful of artists opened their studios for the first ever Eastside Culture Crawl. A quarter century later, this beloved festival connects more community members with art than any other in Vancouver.
The Culture Crawl is thrilled to present its 25th edition. This year, the dates are November 12th to the 14th by appointment, and November 18th to the 21st for our classic open studios. You can find all the details about the open studios and all our other cultural events at culturecrawl.ca.
Hello, I'm Christelle Thompson, the board chair and co-chair of the Development Committee of the Eastside Art Society. Welcome everyone to the Take Flight benefit and official festival launch.
On behalf of the team, the board, and the volunteers, and the artists of the Eastside Arts District, it is my distinct pleasure to announce the official launch of the 25th annual Eastside Culture Crawl. We hope to see you out in person, exploring all of the amazing studios and art that our artists have been busy producing. Safety, of course, is at the forefront of our festival this year. You can review our plan online, and don't forget your mask and vaccine card when joining us.
The Eastside Culture Crawl would not be possible without the generous support of our partners. Thank you to each and every one of our partners for their belief in the transformative power of art and their investment in the unique and vibrant art ecology of the Eastside Art District. Art happens here.